Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., wide awake, knowing you have to get up early but your mind just won't switch off? You're not alone. Millions of men struggle with falling asleep quickly, and it's not just about stress or a busy mind. Our modern lifestyle has rewired the way our bodies handle rest. Between long work hours, caffeine habits, late-night screen time, and constant pressure to perform, it's no wonder so many guys are feeling exhausted yet unable to sleep. The truth is, sleep isn't just about closing your eyes, it's one of the strongest foundations for men's health, affecting testosterone, heart health, focus, and even emotional stability. Today, we're going to look at a simple breathing hack that could help you fall asleep in under 5 minutes. Yes, you heard that right, just 5 minutes. It's backed by solid physiology, and it helps reset your body's nervous system, calming your heart rate, slowing your thoughts, and signaling your brain that it's safe to rest. Think of it as hitting the off switch on your stress. But before we dive into the breathing technique itself, let's talk about why so many men are struggling with sleep in the first place. Our bodies were designed to follow natural rhythms, wake with the light, rest with the dark. But our habits today constantly fight against that. Late-night workouts, endless scrolling, processed food, and even hidden caffeine in things like energy drinks and supplements all mess with our internal clock. And when that rhythm is off, even if you feel tired, your brain won't let you drift off easily. That's why adopting a healthier lifestyle during the day can dramatically improve your nights. It's not about making huge changes all at once. It's the small, consistent habits that make the biggest difference. Getting sunlight in the morning, keeping your bedroom cool and quiet, staying hydrated, eating real food, and cutting down on stimulants after noon. All these steps help regulate your body's sleep hormones naturally. Add to that a few minutes of mindful breathing before bed, and you give your system exactly what it needs to unwind. So if you're tired of tossing and turning, stick around. I'll walk you through a proven breathing hack used by doctors and sleep experts around the world that helps calm your nervous system and gently guide your body into deep, restorative sleep, often in less than 5 minutes. It's simple, it's free, and it might just change the way you end your day. Breathing is one of the most powerful yet overlooked tools for controlling how the body functions, and it plays a crucial role in determining how well we sleep. Every breath we take sends signals to the brain about the body's state, whether we are safe and calm or stressed and alert. When we breathe fast and shallow, our nervous system interprets that as danger, preparing the body to fight or flee. When we breathe slowly and deeply, it tells the body that it's safe, triggering the relaxation response. This connection between breath and the nervous system is why a simple breathing technique can make such a dramatic difference in how quickly someone falls asleep. To understand this, it helps to know how our two main branches of the autonomic nervous system work: the sympathetic nervous system, which drives our fight or flight response, and the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes rest and recovery. The sympathetic system increases heart rate, blood pressure, and alertness, useful during the day but harmful at bedtime. The parasympathetic system, on the other hand, slows everything down, lowers cortisol levels, and encourages the body to enter a calm, sleepy state. Breathing directly influences which system takes the lead. When we're under stress or mentally busy, we tend to hold our breath or take rapid, shallow breaths from the chest. This type of breathing keeps the sympathetic system dominant, flooding the body with adrenaline and cortisol, which are alertness hormones. Over time, this becomes an unconscious pattern. Many men go to bed with their minds racing, bodies tense, and breathing still in that on mode. The body can't just flip a switch to rest. It needs a physiological signal to shift gears, and that signal can come from slow, controlled breathing. When you slow your breathing, especially by extending the exhale, you activate the vagus nerve, a long nerve that connects the brain to many organs and is responsible for the body's relaxation response. Stimulating the vagus nerve through slow breathing lowers the heart rate, reduces blood pressure, and releases calming neurotransmitters like acetylcholine and gamma-aminobutyric acid, which slow down brain activity. This natural process mimics what happens in the early stages of sleep, making it much easier for your body to transition into rest. The relationship between breathing and sleep isn't just psychological, it's deeply physiological. The brainstem, which controls breathing, communicates directly with sleep centers like the hypothalamus and the pineal gland. When your breathing slows, the hypothalamus senses reduced carbon dioxide levels and temperature changes that signal nighttime rest. Meanwhile, the pineal gland begins secreting melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. This biochemical chain reaction is why deep breathing before bed can naturally enhance melatonin release without supplements or medication. Studies have shown that even a few minutes of slow breathing can increase parasympathetic activity and reduce stress hormones dramatically, leading to faster sleep onset. Modern life, however, constantly disrupts this balance. The constant stimulation from screens, notifications, and noise keeps the brain in a hyperactive state. The body's breathing patterns adapt to that stress, becoming faster and shallower. This creates a feedback loop. Shallow breathing increases stress, which then reinforces shallow breathing. By the time most people go to bed, their breathing rhythm no longer supports rest. This is where intentional breathing techniques come in. By consciously slowing your breath, you're breaking that feedback loop. You're telling the brain and body that the danger is over, the workday is done, and it's safe to rest. Breathing also influences oxygen and carbon dioxide levels in the blood, which have a direct impact on relaxation. Most people assume more oxygen is always better, but in reality, too much oxygen and not enough carbon dioxide can make the body restless. Carbon dioxide plays a key role in dilating blood vessels and delivering oxygen efficiently to tissues, including the brain. Slow, deep breathing balances this exchange, ensuring the brain gets steady oxygen flow while maintaining calmness. This balance prevents the jittery, restless sensations that often keep people awake even when they're physically tired. When the breathing rhythm is steady, brainwave patterns shift from fast beta waves associated with alertness to slower alpha and theta waves, which occur in one of the biggest reasons men struggle with falling asleep. Quickly has nothing to do with their ability to relax and everything to do with how their daily habits interfere with their body's natural rhythm. The body has a finely tuned internal clock known as the circadian rhythm, which controls when we feel awake and when we feel tired. This rhythm is largely influenced by light, food intake, physical activity, and even body temperature. However, modern lifestyles often disrupt these signals. Late night work sessions under bright screens, inconsistent meal timings, and high caffeine consumption all confuse the brain about when it's supposed to rest. Men, in particular, often push through fatigue because of work demands, gym schedules, or social habits, teaching their bodies to ignore the cues that it's time to wind down. Over time, this pattern dulls the body's natural ability to transition into sleep mode, leading to difficulty falling asleep even when they're exhausted. Caffeine plays a much larger role in this than many people realize. It blocks adenosine, a chemical in the brain that builds up during the day and signals sleepiness. Because caffeine has a half-life of several hours, an afternoon coffee or energy drink can still be in your system at bedtime, keeping your brain wired. The problem isn't just the stimulant itself, it's that caffeine consumption often becomes a cycle. Poor sleep leads to tiredness, which leads to more caffeine, which again leads to poor sleep. Men who rely heavily on caffeine for energy during the day are often unknowingly sabotaging their sleep quality at night. Cutting back, especially after noon, can make a noticeable difference in how quickly the body relaxes when it's time to sleep. Another habit that undermines sleep is screen exposure before bed. The blue light emitted by phones, laptops, and TVs suppresses melatonin production, the hormone that tells the brain it's nighttime. When melatonin levels drop, even if your body feels tired, your brain stays alert. Many men finish their day by scrolling through social media, checking emails, or watching videos, all of which keep the brain in problem-solving or alert mode. The combination of light exposure and mental stimulation tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime. Over time, this delays the body's sleep onset and shifts the circadian rhythm later and later, making it increasingly difficult to fall asleep at a reasonable hour. Simple habits like dimming lights, using night mode on devices, and avoiding screens at least 30 minutes before bed can help reset the brain's natural rhythm and signal that it's time to power down. Physical activity also plays a complex role in sleep quality. Regular exercise is one of the best ways to improve sleep, but timing matters. Exercising too close to bedtime raises core body temperature and adrenaline levels, both of which can make it harder to fall asleep. Many men who hit the gym late at night notice that they feel physically tired, but mentally alert afterward. The body needs a few hours to cool down and switch out of high performance mode before it can relax. Morning or early evening workouts are generally better for supporting healthy sleep patterns. At the same time, too little physical activity during the day can make the body restless at night. Movement helps regulate energy expenditure and promotes a healthy balance between wakefulness and rest. Men with sedentary jobs often don't expend enough physical energy, leading to mental fatigue but physical restlessness, a combination that can make lying still at night feel uncomfortable. Dietary habits are another hidden factor. Heavy, greasy, or spicy meals close to bedtime can cause indigestion, raising body temperature and disrupting sleep. Processed foods high in sugar and refined carbs can lead to spikes and crashes in blood sugar, which affect sleep hormones. Alcohol, while it may make you drowsy at first, actually disrupts deep sleep cycles and causes frequent awakenings throughout the night. A diet rich in whole foods, fiber, lean proteins, and magnesium-rich vegetables can help stabilize hormones like cortisol and melatonin, creating a smoother transition into sleep. Hydration is also crucial. Being slightly dehydrated can raise heart rate and make the body feel uneasy when trying to rest. On the other hand, drinking too much water too close to bedtime can cause sleep interruptions from bathroom trips. Striking the right balance supports more restful nights. Stress management is another key element. Men often carry unspoken mental loads, worries about work, finances, or family. that keep their minds active even when their bodies are ready to rest. Chronic stress elevates cortisol levels, which can delay melatonin release. When cortisol remains high late into the night, it sends a signal to the body that it's not yet time to sleep. Simple mindfulness practices, journaling, or slow breathing exercises before bed can help lower cortisol and shift the nervous system toward relaxation. Even something as small as writing down tomorrow's to-do list can help the mind let go of mental clutter. Over time, these small rituals create an association between bedtime and calmness, retraining the brain to release tension instead of replaying daily worries. Light exposure during the day also plays a surprisingly powerful role in how well we sleep at night. Getting bright sunlight in the morning helps anchor the circadian rhythm, telling the brain that it's daytime and triggering serotonin production, which later converts to melatonin as night approaches. Without enough morning light exposure, the brain doesn't get a clear signal of when the day begins and ends, which leads to irregular sleep patterns. Men who spend most of their time indoors often experience this without realizing it. Taking a 10 to 15-minute walk outside after waking up can reset the body's clock and improve sleep quality at night. Likewise, dimming the lights in the evening helps reinforce the natural rhythm, signaling that the day is winding down. Temperature is another environmental factor that affects men's sleep. The body naturally cools as it prepares for rest, and a cooler room helps that process. Sleeping in a room that's too warm can make it difficult for the body to reach the temperature drop required for deep sleep. Fans, breathable bedding, and lightweight sleepwear can all make a difference. Maintaining a consistent bedtime routine also helps regulate the internal clock. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, teaches the body when to release sleep hormones and when to wake up. Irregular schedules confuse these signals, leading to difficulty falling asleep quickly. Mental stimulation throughout the day can also affect nighttime rest. Many men operate in high-focus or high-pressure environments and never give their minds a chance to decompress. Constant problem-solving, decision-making, and exposure to rapid information keep the brain's neural circuits highly active. Without deliberate periods of calm, such as breaks, walks, or quiet reflection, the brain remains in overdrive mode. This carries into the evening, making it hard to switch off. Incorporating small relaxation moments throughout the day prevents this build-up, allowing the brain to slow down more naturally at bedtime. Finally, it's important to recognize that sleep is not an isolated event, but the result of a 24-hour lifestyle. The quality of your day determines the quality of your night. Small, intentional adjustments, less caffeine, earlier workouts, mindful eating, limited screen time, and stress management can create a cascade of improvements that help the body relearn how to rest. Men who consistently apply these habits often find that they no longer need to force sleep. Their bodies simply know when it's time. The problem isn't that the body has forgotten how to sleep, it's that modern routines keep it from feeling safe and ready to do so. By restoring balance to the daily rhythm, sleep becomes a natural, effortless process again. The breathing hack that can help you fall asleep in under 5 minutes is built on one simple but powerful idea: when you control your breath, you control your body's response to stress and relaxation. This technique works because it taps into your body's built-in calming system, shifting you from the alert, stressed, fight or flight mode to the peaceful, rest and digest state that promotes deep sleep. The method focuses on slowing down your breathing rhythm, deepening your inhales, and extending your exhales to send a clear message to the brain that it's time to relax. When done correctly, this breathing pattern helps reduce heart rate, lower blood pressure, quiet the mind, and release physical tension, all of which make it easier to drift off naturally. It's a way of telling the body, without words, that everything is okay and that sleep can begin. To start, find a comfortable position. Lying on your back with your arms by your sides is ideal, but you can also sit if you prefer. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath without trying to change it. Notice how you're breathing right now, whether it's shallow, fast, or uneven. Then slowly begin to guide your breath, taking a long, steady inhale through your nose for about 4 seconds. Feel your chest and abdomen expand as if you're filling your lungs from the bottom up. Hold that breath gently for a brief moment, and then exhale through your mouth for 6 to 8 seconds. The key is to make your exhale longer than your inhale, because that's what activates the vagus nerve and triggers the parasympathetic system. You can even imagine breathing out stress, tension, and noise with each slow release. Repeat this cycle several times, allowing each breath to become smoother and quieter than the last. Within a few minutes, your heart rate begins to slow, your muscles start to loosen, and your mind feels lighter. This technique is sometimes called the 4-4-7-8 method, though the exact timing can be adjusted based on comfort. The numbers represent a rhythm: inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. What makes it effective is the deliberate pacing. The hold between inhale and exhale gives your body time to absorb oxygen and prepare for a full, controlled release, which deepens the sense of calm. The extended exhale works like a natural sedative, increasing carbon dioxide levels slightly and signaling the brain that it's safe to power down. Within 2 to 5 minutes, many people notice their thoughts slowing, their eyelids growing heavier, and a wave of tranquility washing over them. This isn't magic, it's simply the body responding to the most ancient relaxation signal it knows: a slow, steady breath. Another variation you can try is diaphragmatic breathing, sometimes called belly breathing. This approach focuses on using the diaphragm, the large muscle at the base of your lungs, to breathe more fully. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. As you inhale through your nose, aim to lift the hand on your belly while keeping the one on your chest as still as possible. This ensures that you're breathing deeply into the lower lungs rather than shallowly into the chest. Then, exhale slowly through pursed lips, as if you're gently blowing through a straw. This movement massages the internal organs and stimulates the vagus nerve even more strongly, amplifying relaxation. As you continue, you might feel your body growing heavier against the bed and your mind drifting between wakefulness and sleep. That's your nervous system fully switching from high alert to rest mode. The beauty of this breathing hack is that it doesn't require any equipment, medication, or complicated steps. It can be done anywhere, anytime, and it works by aligning the body's natural rhythms. The controlled breathing pattern also helps manage intrusive thoughts that often appear at bedtime. When you focus on counting and feeling your breath, it anchors your attention in the present moment, crowding out worries or plans that keep your mind busy. This mindfulness effect works hand in hand with the physiological relaxation response, creating the perfect conditions for sleep to come easily. Over time, your body starts to associate this breathing pattern with rest, meaning that just a few breaths can trigger drowsiness even faster. Incorporating this breathing hack into a nightly routine can dramatically improve sleep onset and quality. Pairing it with a calm environment makes it even more effective. Dim the lights, silence notifications, and avoid screens for a few minutes before you begin. Try adding gentle background sounds, like soft instrumental music, rain, or white noise, to help your brain relax further. You can also combine the breathing exercise with progressive muscle relaxation, gently tensing and releasing different muscle groups as you exhale. This helps discharge physical tension built up during the day. As your body loosens and your breath slows, you'll feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. The goal isn't to force sleep, but to create the perfect conditions for it to happen naturally. Practicing this technique consistently strengthens your body's ability to relax on command. Just as regular exercise trains your muscles, controlled breathing trains your nervous system to respond more efficiently to calm signals. With time, your body learns to transition from wakefulness to rest faster, reducing the frustration of lying awake for long periods. Many men who adopt this practice notice broader benefits beyond sleep: lower stress levels, improved focus, steadier mood, and even better heart health, since breathing directly influences oxygen balance, circulation, and heart rhythm. Using it intentionally before bed not only improves sleep but also supports overall well-being. If you ever find yourself restless in bed, mind spinning, body tense, start with a single slow breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a moment, and then exhale longer than you inhaled. Feel the weight of your body against the bed, the air moving through your lungs, and the stillness settling in. Each breath tells your nervous system to let go just a little more. Before long, your thoughts fade into the background, your muscles soften, and sleep comes naturally. The secret isn't in trying harder to fall asleep, it's in letting your breath guide your body into the state it was always meant to find on its own.